Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Abba Yabba from the DC Church, coming at you, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashmi Shai, Bashimur Kalkadash, and Yakabaga, Walla Rakavs, Aquarium, and Abba Aith, and Salakia, and Shalom, wa Barakim, Labakar, and Shayasha Allah. All praise, glory, and honor to the Heavenly Father and His Son. Double honors to our elders and apostles of GMS in these times, and of course, peace and shalom, or Salakia. Peace and blessings be upon the elected of the nation of Israel. All right, now, the title of this video essentially is going to be called, Esau, your pride hath deceived thee, and or the feud between Yasher Allah and Adawamim, all right? Because I know for brothers who don't really watch the MMA, it's understandable, but personally, I like the MMA. I've always been a big fan of it. Fighting is just something that's in our spirit. And there's two fights that recently happened that are so very spiritual as far as the what we're coming into. Okay. Now, I typed in on Google Kobe Covington, and that's this dude right here, which we know to be an Edomite. Now, before the fight between him and Usman, or Osman, however you want to put it, Usman, which is this Nigerian Jake right here, this guy was wearing all types of provocative stuff, make America great again, talking about how, like basically he's just portraying that spirit of Esau, which is pride. All right. And actually, I'm going to get right into it because I want to start with this preset. Obadiah. Let's go to Obadiah. All right. Salakia. This is, actually, I started 2. There's Obadiah verse 2. It says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks." See? So the pride that Esau had within his spirit, it deceived him, man. All right? Time and time again, Esau portrays to be this big bad guy when he's actually not, man. Now, I'm not going to lie. If you watch the fight, it was a good fight. He gave Usman a run for his money. But at the end of the day, Usman broke his jaw, man. All right. And it's so spiritual that happened because we're in the time of look at what time frame we're in. All right. We're approaching the time of Esther. All right. Or the time of the Purim. All right. The Purim or Lots. OK. And this is spiritual because during that time, Haman, who had hella pride in his heart, wanted Mordecai to bow down to him. And it's the same thing that's happening now, man. All right. Covington wanted Usman to bow down to him, essentially, He's showing forth that spirit of pride that dwells in Esau, man. All right. But what? It said, "The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high." See, that's why you ever look at Esau, he always had Ford F-150s with the super duper high rims. His Jeeps are super duper high, sit above every car. He likes being exalted, man, because he's prideful. It says, "That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?" Right? So that's essentially what Covington was saying before the fight. Saying, who's going to bring me down, man? He's like, I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm going to kill you inside that ring, so on and so forth. And then what happened? If you look at the fight, which I want to show the fight, but I couldn't find that specific punch right here. Usman punched Covington so hard in the face that he broke his jaw. All right? And now look at the story of Mordecai. Of Esther. What happened to Haman? He got hanged to let along with his sons. Okay? So the agenda that Covington came into the ring with was completely opposite of the outcome that the Heavenly Father had happened. Now, this is Southern Tribe, right? You had a Southern Tribe brother break an Edomite's jaw, right? Now let's see what the Northern Tribe brothers did to Esau too. All right. We right here. Salakia. It's ads. For brothers who have or have not watched UFC, Jorge Masvidal, they say he's American, but we know that he's an Israelite from the Salakia, for the Northern Tribe. Me personally, he may be Dominican. He may even be Ephraim, man. You know, but nonetheless, he's a representation of the Northern Tribe. Now look what he did to Esau. We're gonna skip past all the Salakia.
Jason Herzog back in there for this one. Ariani Celeste is here. Brittany Palmer, Brooklyn Wren also on hand. Gamebred is in the building. And these guys just flapping gums at each other any chance they get. The fight clock is brought to you by Modelo.
He knocked Esau out within 5 seconds, man. Esau, you're going down. You're going down. All right? Now, that lines perfectly up with this precept right here. This is Obadiah, verse 18. It says, "And the house of Jacob shall be a fire," talking about you so-called blacks, Haitians, and West Indians, all right, which we know to be the Southern Tribe. It says, "And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame." See, it's talking about the Northern Tribe, all right. And it says, "And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it." All right. See? So we're in the midst of Esau going down, and the Lord's just showing us by way of other, he represents, the Lord is showing us that by way of other events, okay? Not only is Esau going down by way of the prophets, but Esau's going down in the spirit of fighting too, man. All right? He came in the ring, Covington came in the ring with all that pride, and he left out with a broken jaw, man. It's the same thing that's going to happen to Esau. He's like, you niggas, you ain't going to do nothing, man. He's trying to put in all these laws to get us off the internet, get us off YouTube. But the Heavenly Father's name is still reigning supreme, man. And that's really what Esau hates, okay? Now, I'm going to grab another precept. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. I start at 31. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord, saith Yahweh Tazabawat, or the Lord God of hosts," right? It says, "For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee." All right. And the Lord is visiting Esau, and mind you, everybody in the stadium was saying like, "Make America great again," and they were chanting like racial slurs, so on and so forth, man. And that spirit of Esau. But then the Lord allowed Jake to shut all that shit down, man. Excuse my vulgarity, because it's a representation of the time that we're coming in. All right, and that's really where I wanted to be too. In 2 Ezra chapter 6. All right, I'm gonna finish reading this, and it says, and the most proud shall stumble and fall," just like how we see Covington, and just like how we see Ben Askren in the UFC ring, man. All right, these are representations of things spiritual. Okay, you got to look at everything in the spiritual aspect. Okay, and then it goes on to say, "And none shall rise him up, and I will kindle a fire in the cities, and it shall devour all round about him." All right, and mind you, if you break like anything on your face, even if you break a bone, you're never gonna fight the same, man. You're never gonna fight the same, man. And that's why the Heavenly Father, he's bringing Esau's pride lower and lower and lower, man, by way of showing his miracles. Okay, so I'm gonna end on Salakia, 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. It says, actually, let's start from 8. And it says, "And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau," right? Which the first came out red, which we know is Esau. And then Jacob, but he held on to his heel. And that's why he was named Yaquab, because having your hand on somebody's heel is a form of supplanting them or slipping the rug under them, okay, or tripping them up, all right? And that's essentially what's going to happen. We're going to trip Esau up, and all his pride that he has, and he's speaking boastfully against us. We're going to trip him up, and we're going to take the kingdom back, just like how we took the birthright, okay? It's the same things happening again and again and again, all right? Just like how we took the covenant, which was rightfully ours, we're going to take the kingdom, which is rightfully ours. All right. Because we don't we don't inherit the earth as of right now, but the Lord is going to give that to us by way of us overtaking Esau. Right. So it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. And we're in the midst in the transpiring of power from one hand to another, from the wicked to the good, from the dark to the light. OK. And it says, and the hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand, and the hand, right? Yeah, that's really it, man. You know, but the main point is that these two fights were a spiritual representation of Jacob versus Esau, and who's gonna win. Okay, so that just built my faith. I was like, man, like these two fights, you had the northern tribe and the southern tribe dominate. I mean, literally obliterate Esau, man. All right. Salaki. And that's how it's going to be when we get to the kingdom, man. And that's how it's going to be in times to come. The Heavenly Father's going to start to give us more power, whether it be spiritual or physical, or even, whatever it may be. The Lord may allow our knowledge to increase from level 100 all the way to 1,000,000 within seconds of us reading, man. You never know. But I know for a fact that the men that serve the Heavenly Father, which are a part of that number, Lord's will, I'm part of that number, and I can view in this video, the Lord's about to renew our strength. He's about to give us incredible powers, man. All right. He's going to give us godlike powers. And we're going to rule over all of our enemies. And this is just one sign to show us how the Heavenly Father is dealing with our nation, man. All right. We almost out of here. So with that, I give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashim Al-Shai, Ba'ashim Al-Kakadash, and Yikabaga, Wala Rakaza, Koina Ba'aith, Wa Shalom, Wa Barakum, La Bakarim, Shiyasha Allah. Shalom, Akim.